भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता धारूप की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishna Guru Jagata Swami Vinamne Namo Chari Pradanta Prabhupada Gaura Pradanta Damodaya Nagara Gramadhari. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, please accept my humble dandavats pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj. Wish you all very very happy Ekadashi. And today is also auspicious day of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja day also. So I'm very very happy and fortunate to render service on this day. So I can offer this service to my Guru as a offering today. So please kindly bless me so that I can speak the right words in the right attitude, so it can please all the Vaishnavas. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you again for coming on today, and for you especially very auspicious that on your Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja day you are able to offer this service. I also want to let the audience know that Mataji has been given Brahmin initiation by her Guru Maharaj, so it is doubly auspicious for her. So we can start the class now, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mataji, you can share the screen. Yeah. So we'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Nuttamaslokin Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Shanvatam Swakata Krishnaha Punya Shavana Kirtanaha Hridyantastovya Bhadrani Vidinoti Suhrit Sadham Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminidhi Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Gada Damadhaya Nagara Gramadharine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Kunkaradivachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om. That's it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, Text 22. Tatapi ekanta bhakteshu Pashya bhupanukampitam Yanme samstyajata shakshat Krishno darshanamagataha Tatapi ekanta bhakteshu Pashya bhupanukampitam Yanme samstyajata shakshat Krishno darshanamagataha Tatapi ekanta bhakteshu Pashya bhupanukampitam Yanme samstyajata sakshat Krishno darshanamagataha. Devotees, can chant please.
Tatapi kanta bhakteshu pasya bhupanukampitam yanmeshu swajata sakshat Vishnu darshanam agatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Tatapi ekanta bhakteshu pasya bhupanukampitam yanme sumstaya jataha sakshat Krishna darshanam agataha. Hare Krishna, thank you.
तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्या भूपानुकंपितं यन्मे संस्त्यजत साक्षात् कृष्ण दर्शनम् आगता.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Tathapi ekante bhaktishu Pashya bhupanukampitam Yanmesham tyajataha shakshat Krishna darshanam agataha.
Tatapi ekantam bhuteshu pasya bhupanukampitam yanme samchajata sakshat Krishna darshanam agataha.
तथाप्येकान्त भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकम्पितं यन्मे शुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mati. So we can go to the synonyms. Tadhapi, still, ekanta, unflinching, bhakteshu, unto the devotees, pashya, see here, bhupa, O king, anukampitam, how sympathetic, yet, for which, may, my, soon, life, tyajataha, ending, sakshat, directly, Krishnaha, the personality of Godhead, darshanam, in my view, agataha, has kindly come. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvindesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Yet, despite His being equally kind to everyone, He has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am His unflinching servitor. Purport. The Supreme Lord, the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, although equal to everyone, is still more inclined to his unflinching devotee, who is completely surrendered and knows no one else as his protector and master. Having unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as one's protector, friend, and master is a natural condition of eternal life. A living entity is so made by the will of the Almighty that he is most happy when placing himself in a condition of absolute dependence. The opposite tendency is the cause of fall down. The living entity has this tendency of falling down by dint of misidentifying himself as fully independent to lord it over the material world. The root cause of all troubles is there in false egotism. One must draw towards the Lord in all circumstances. The appearance of Lord Krishna at the deathbed of Bhishmaji is due to his being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. Arjuna had some bodily relation with Krishna because the Lord happened to be his maternal cousin. But Bhishma had no such bodily relation. Therefore, the cause of attraction was due to his intimate relation of the soul. Yet, because the relation of the body is very pleasing and natural, Lord is more pleased when he is addressed as the son of Maharaj Nanda, the son of Yashoda, the lover of Radharani. This affinity by bodily relation with the Lord is another feature of reciprocating loving service with the Lord. Bhishmadev is conscious of the sweetness of transcendental humor, and therefore he likes to address the Lord as Vijaya Shake, Partha Sake, etc., exactly like Nandanandana or Yashodanandana. The best way to establish our relation in transcendental sweetness is to approach him through his recognized devotees. One should not try to establish the relation directly. There must be a medium which is transparent and competent to lead us to the right path. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesham Nivadi Pashchati Dishatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Translation. Yet despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life. For I am his unflinching servitor. So thank you, Mataji. So this is very beautiful prayers of Bhishmadev we are saying, and Bhishmadev is one of the Mahajan. So whatever the instruction the Mahajans are giving, so we have to follow. If we really want to achieve perfection in our life, so then we should follow whatever Mahajans are saying. So we are hearing like different types of prayers. Now we came to Bhishmadev prayers. And Bhishmadev is not even the relation to Krishna, but still he is connected in the form of a soul, as an eternal soul with Krishna and as like everyone. So, and he is reciting this beautiful prayer, and you all see in the temple a very beautiful picture of Bhishmadev is ready to accept when Krishna was trying to kill with his Sudarshan Chakra. Right, so that is the beautiful way of accepting Krishna in and at the time of death. So, so actually, let's go with the purport. So I will open my purport. So here, Prabhupada actually he's very kindly explaining about how Krishna is equal to everyone. So there is no doubt about it. So because this question always raises. So how Krishna is when he is equal to everyone, so he is offering support to the demigods, and he is opposing the demons. So this question always comes, like Yudhishthira Maharaj also asked in Bhagavatam, like when the conversation with Narada Muni. So he asked like how Krishna is equal to everyone, but also he is partial to his devotees. So how we can understand this? So that's what here Prabhupada says. Of course, Krishna is equal to everyone, and the benediction he is giving to all the devotees or demons, it's also equal. But in our perspective, we are looking in a different way. Oh, he is killing the demons. but he's protecting the demigods. But actually, in Krishna's perspective, he's favoring both of them in a different perspective, like how a parent will nicely take care of all the children. But if one children is misbehaving, so they will give punishment and they correct them. So in that way, both, like in both the cases, parents are taking care of the children very nicely. So in that way, Krishna is also equal to everyone. But it is again mentioned that it is still more inclined to his unflinching devotees, who is completely surrendered and knows no one else as his protector and master. So if one child is so much dependent on their parents, so the parents have special attention for them. So this is natural, because this also bring the point that Krishna is a person. So Krishna is a person. Like if we love someone so much, like then they naturally wants to shower their love so much to the person who is showering more love. So in that way, so Krishna is more inclined to his unflinching devotee. And here Bhishma Dev is also saying, like, because he is so kind, so he graciously come before me while I am ending my life. So this is very, very important, that because we are practicing Krishna consciousness, so ultimately we can able to chant the holy name and remember Krishna at the time of our death. So then only we can achieve the perfection of our life. So here Krishna is himself comes in front of Bhishma Dev. So this is the glorious auspicious moment, like, because when Krishna is in front of us, so then it is very easy to remember him and we can attain perfection in our life, right? So this is very, very fortunate that Bhishma Dev got it. And the reason why Bhishma Dev is saying it's why Krishna came in front of me, because I am his unflinching servitor. So this unflinching is very, very important word. So we should be very, very serious and sincere devotee of unflinching. Our devotional service should be unflinching. It's not one time like I will be sincere and next time like I will not, like when my circumstances is not favorable, so then I will not follow. So if circumstances is favorable, then I will follow. So that is not unflinching. Unflinching means it has to be all the time. We have to follow Krishna conscious very seriously. So if because Bhishma Dev is following as an unflinching servitor, so that's why Krishna himself came in front of him before he leave his body. So in Varaha Puran also it is mentioned that devotees, when they leave the body, they will go through so much of pain. So it is very, very difficult at that point of time. Like, just you can think, like when we are sick, very normally when we get sick with fever or cough, at that time itself it's very hard, right? So we can't able to chant or we can't able to do any service, we become weak. So just think about at the end of our life, like we go through so much of pain in our body. So whatever it is, like we have to go through this pain at the time of death. So at that time, because of that pain, if we forget Krishna, but we practice in our life, but if we forget at the moment of our death because of the bodily pain, Krishna confirmed that I personally come and reminds that devotee. This is the mercy of the Lord. So he is so merciful. So he doesn't want because he ultimately wants everyone to go back to him. So that's why he is giving so many ways. He's coming every yuga and he is sending his devotees. He is giving scriptures, like somehow or other, please study and please understand this material world is temporary and come back to me. He is literally waiting as a parent who lost their child. Right? That's the main reason that Krishna is giving all these things. So if we practice whole life and we can't able to remember at the moment of death, so Krishna is very kindly, he is confirming that I personally come and remind them to remember me. So that's a mercy of Krishna. And even Kulshekar Alvar prayers, it's a very beautiful prayers. So he also says in Mukuntamala Stotra, Krishna Tvadiya Padapada Pankacharantam Advaiva me Vishatu Manasa Raja Hamsa Prana prayana samaye kafavat pitai kanta varodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. So in this verse, so he is very beautifully explaining that how our mind should focus on the lotus feet of the Lord, like how the royal swan, the white swan, so it always attracts towards the clean water and the lotus flower, and it dives into the water and it plays with the lotus flower. So it actually focuses its mind to the lotus flower. So similarly, here Kulshekhar Alvar is saying that, oh Lord Krishna, at this moment, let the royal swan of my mind enter the tangled stems of the lotus of your feet. How will it be possible for me to remember you at the time of death, when my throat will be choked up with mucus, bile, and air? Because it's very, very difficult. Like at the time of death, it is mentioned that its mucus will be congested and we can't able to breathe properly. So with that, like, how can I able to remember you? So Kulshekhar Alvar is saying that, Krishna, please, now I can able to focus at your lotus feet. So please let me leave my body now itself. So please give me that blessing. So this is a very important prayer, because we have to make sure that our every moment we think like that. Every moment is any time the death can come. So every moment we should be thinking that, oh Krishna, let me focus now, I am good, like let me focus my mind, let me focus my mind. So this should be our prayer. And that is what unflinching devotee. So for unflinching devotee, to understand that, so we have to understand what are the different types of devotees. So then we come to the point of unflinching devotee. So there are different types of devotees, like for example, we can say one are casual devotees. So one type is casual devotees, means like they like to do so many things. They like to do devotional service also. So they like to go for swimming, they like to play football, so they like to go for chit chat or vacation. So they like to do everything, but also they like devotional service. Okay, this is also good. Let's go to temple and let's enjoy the kirtan. Let's have prasadam. So that is a casual devotee. So they don't take spiritual life as serious. They just come for like a fun as other activities. So that is a casual devotees. And the second type of devotee is they understand devotional service is important, but for them others also important. So like one of the important in their life is devotional service, and they also have other important services, like other important thing, like, okay, if we want to do devotional service, I want to earn money, I want to have a big home, so this is also important for me. I have to take care of my children, this is also important. One of the important is devotional service. So they mainly depends on their bank balance rather than Krishna. So that is a second type of devotee. So they always depends on their bank balance. Oh, bank balance is going to protect me. Oh, my relatives are going to protect me. My child is going to protect me. So they depends on others as well. And also they think about that, oh, Krishna is also important in my life. So they understand Krishna is important, but that is becomes as a one of the option. But the third category is the one who understand the purpose of this human life is to render devotional service. So the purpose of human form is to become Krishna consciousness. So that is the third category of devotee who becomes unflinching devotee. So Krishna here, Bhishma Dev is saying, because he is an unflinching servitor, so that's why Krishna come in front of him. So that means we also want to remember Krishna. So we also want Krishna to come in front of us when we leave the body. So how we can attain that? So we have to become an unflinching servitor. So how we can unflinching servitor? We should know like what is unflinching servitor means, right? Without knowing like what is unflinching servitor, then we cannot achieve that stage. So for understanding that unflinching, so there is another verse also. What is bhakti? Like pure bhakti, uttama bhakti. There are 6 types of surrender. So bhakti, we can see that Anya bilashita sunyam, jnana karmati anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam Bhakti Ruttam. So first of all, we have to know what is pure bhakti means. So then we come to the unflinching servitor. So bhakti means we have to understand it is not that, okay, I go to temple because I want something, I will ask the Lord and I will do devotional service. So because I do devotional service, so Krishna have to reciprocate. I want this, I want that. So I have so many of requirements are there. So that is not bhakti. So bhakti means we should free from any expectation. So we should not expect anything. So like how mother, without any expectation, they serve the child. So that mood should be inculcated, so that like we don't expect anything from Krishna. Krishna, I am doing everything for your satisfaction. And even in when we do service, like we should not even expect the name and fame. So generally, like, okay, we can easily come out of the material expectation, like, okay, I want money, or I want job or something else. We can, okay, we understand that, okay, we should not expect those things. But it is very difficult to come out of the stage of expecting honor, right? So I'm doing this service so nicely, so everyone have to glorify, right? So that is the stage, like we have to come out. So then we can approach the pure devotional service. So then we can come to this point of unflinching. So what is that unflinching? So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we can see Sanatan Siksha. So he gave what is the 6 types of surrender, right? So unflinching means we should develop the surrender mode. We should become dependent on the Lord. So what is that unflinching or surrender? We have to know what is surrender. Like everyone says, oh, Krishna says like sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papepi moksheshyami ma shushava. So everyone knows, oh, okay, we have to surrender to Krishna. So then Krishna will take care of him. But what is that surrender means? So we have to understand what is that surrender. Then only we can practice that surrender. So that's what like in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Sanatan Goswami gives. Anukulyasya shangalpa pradikulyasya varjanam rakshishyatiti vishwasho gopatritve varanam tata atma nikshepa karpanye sadvida sharanagati. So these are the 6 surrender. Like first is anukulyasya sangalpa. That is like we have to accept whatever it is favorable for devotional service. So that is the first thing. Even if it is difficult, it's not so easy to accept it, but still we accept. Even if it is difficult, I accept that because it is helping me to progress in devotional service. So that is the first surrender. Second is we reject which is not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Even though we like it, we like to do it, but we understand that this will not going to help me in progressing devotional service. So that means we should reject that. And third is rakshishyati vishwasho. So that is what here Prabhupada is stating here. So we should understand and believe and trust Krishna will protect me. Krishna will protect me. That confident if we have, then we will not become anxious. We will not have any anxiety or anything, like we will not lament for anything. If we confident and trust in Krishna that Krishna will protect me, why I want to lament? So if we don't have trust in Krishna, then we lament, oh, what happened? What will happen? Oh, if I do this, what will happen? So that means like we are thinking that I am doing this. If this goes wrong, what will happen? So that is itself, it is a wrong understanding. So Krishna is there to protect us at all the time. So we should have that strong faith. So we should understand that Krishna is a protector, Krishna is a master, he is a maintainer, and he is our eternal friend. He is our eternal friend. No one can become our eternal friend other than Krishna. We should have that complete trust. And then Gopatritve Varanam Tada. So only Krishna is our maintainer and not the father or mother or relatives or children. So we might think that, oh, my child will take care when I become old, or when I have a struggle, then my relatives will come and help me. So no, that is not that. They may be temporarily help, but ultimately the who is a maintainer is Krishna. So we should have that complete trust in Krishna. And then Atma Nikshepa. So that means we should be dependent and live under the guidance of Krishna. So we should be dependent on Krishna. So that is the complete independence. So we all want to be independent, but how that independence can be achieved by depending on Krishna, we can achieve that complete independence. So that we should develop. And then 6 is Karpanya, humility. So humility is also one of the surrender. So if we develop these 6 qualities, then we can say we are trying to achieve that surrender mood. So when we achieve that surrender mood, then automatically we can able to develop that unflinching character. So that's why, like here it is mentioned that we should surrender and all these things, but how we can understand is there is any person who is actually like this? So that's what we have to approach a guru. So that's why we have to approach a guru. So guru is the one who is living that life of complete surrender, right? So Krishna is again and again saying that's why, like, you have to approach a guru. Tadvidi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upatekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. So because you have to approach a guru, because he already seen that truth, absolute truth. So he can able to enlighten us. So we should humbly offer our service to him and humbly inquire from him. So that's the way we can understand. Then we can also able to develop that attitude, or we can able to develop that surrendering mood. And then next in the last paragraph also, so Krishna says one should not try to establish the relation directly, right? So many people have this concept of, oh, this is a relation between me and Krishna. I am doing my devotional service, I am chanting, I have Bhagavad Gita, I can read, I have Bhagavatam, I can read, and Krishna is there, Krishna is taking care, Krishna is my eternal friend. So this is a relationship between me and Krishna. Why I want to approach a guru, right? So this is a wrong conception. That's why Prabhupada here again he's mentioning one should not try to establish the relation directly. So if that is the case, then why Krishna have to say you have to approach a guru, right? So if Krishna is saying, then that means it is we have to approach a guru, then only we can approach Krishna. We cannot go directly to Krishna because we don't have that quality. So like fire, we cannot touch the fire directly, right? But if there is a wood, then that wood can touch the fire and we can able to touch the wood. So this is how, like, we have to hold the lotus feet of our spiritual master. That wood is a comparison to the lotus feet of spiritual master. We can hold that, then he can able to take us that the fire that is Krishna. We cannot able to touch Krishna directly. So we can approach through the spiritual master. So that is the proper way to approach Krishna. So there must be a medium which is transparent and competent to lead us to the right path. And so there is one beautiful point that I heard from Nitai Sevani Mataji class. So she was telling, like, we always should approach the Supreme Lord through pure devotees, right? So how she explained, like in temple, when like especially Janmashtami, those festival, like when the darshan opens, like we want to be in the front, right? We want to see Krishna in the front. Like we try to somehow push everyone and we want to go and stand in the front to see Krishna. But actually that is not the proper approach. So she explained that how we should see the Lord is like we have to stand behind a pure devotee. Krishna will not see us directly because we are not the pure devotees. But if we stand behind a pure devotee, Krishna will definitely see that pure devotee. So at that time, he will see, oh, some other person is standing behind him. So let me see him also. Like that's how, like, we can get able to get the mercy. So we should always behind the pure devotee. We should always under the shelter of a pure devotee. So that's the way then we can able to approach the Lord. So that is also very important point here Prabhupada is saying. And then also, like the second paragraph, we can see that Prabhupada says that the opposite tendency is a cause of fall down. Like Krishna says that we have to be dependent on him. So, but we always wants to not depend on anyone. Like, I want to be independent, right? So that is the cause of fall down. So living entity has this tendency of falling down because of the false ego. So I, mine, me. So this is what it is making us to bound in this material world. So if we understand that our real independence is to depend on Krishna, so then we can stop the cycle of birth and death. So that is the root causes because of the false ego. We have this false ego that I can do it. So I am the best. I should be the center, right? This I, it's actually making us to fall down again and again. So that's why we should definitely try to come out of this attitude. So then how we can draw towards the Lord in all circumstances? So Prabhupada is saying that one must draw towards the Lord in all circumstances. So how we can able to do that? So for that, we should understand that I have to recognize that I cannot repay Srila Prabhupada. I cannot repay my spiritual master. How much they have rendered to us, like we cannot even think, right? So today we are very fortunate to have the association of all the devotees and we are listening to Bhagavatam. So this happens because of Srila Prabhupada's heart struggle, right? At the age of old age, 69, 70 years old, he came to this Western world and he was struggling a lot. If he does not take that risk, we cannot be here today. And our spiritual master, so much he is going through troubles, and still all the gurus, they are going so much troubles, but still they are still sticking to Srila Prabhupada's instruction and they are following it and they are trying to give how much ever they can give Krishna conscious to everyone, right? So if we understand that I cannot repay them, so how we can able to repay that? Gratitude we have to develop. So when we develop that gratitude, then we can able to draw the Lord in all circumstances. That means we can able to perform our devotional service in all the time. In all the time, whatever difficulty comes, just remember our spiritual master, just remember Srila Prabhupada. How much difficulty they gone through. Are we facing that much difficulty? No. Then what I have to do? I should be very serious in my Krishna consciousness. I have to follow my instruction of Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev very seriously. And then I also have to do something to be an instrument of their hands, right? So this gratitude, if we develop, then we can able to achieve that. We can draw the attention of the Lord in all circumstances. So that's the way we can approach or please the Lord. And another way that Prabhupada says here in the third paragraph that Bhishma Dev, he knows that how Krishna will be attracted. So this is also another way that how we can attract Krishna through the pure devotees. Like he always addresses Vijaya Shake, Partha Sakhe. So, and we also always chant like Radha Govinda, Radha Madhav, Sita Ram. Like we always put the energetic, so that we always put Radharani or Sita Devi so in front. So Yashoda Nandana, right? Maharaj Nanda Nandana. So why? Because we chant Krishna, Krishna will not listen to us. But we say Yashoda Nandana. Oh, who is calling my mother's name? Oh, Nanda Nandana. Oh, who is calling my father's name? Right? So he easily see that, okay, at least by that way, when we chant the pure devotee's name, he will definitely watch us. He will definitely hear what we are saying. So that is a way that we can easily approach the attention of the Lord. That's what here Bhishma Dev is. He knows that trick because he is also a person. Like the Lord is also a person. So if we understand that, then we can easily chant the holy name of the pure devotees as well. So then we can attract that. That's why. So the easiest way, the whole purpose is focusing on how we can approach the Lord through the pure devotees. So we have to render service to the pure devotees and we have to associate with the pure devotees. Lava matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi hoy. If we get the association of pure devotees, lava matra, very, very, very minute seconds. So, but we can able to achieve the highest perfection. So we have to approach such a pure devotee and we have to render service to them. And that's the way we can approach the Lord. So that's the way we can able to become unflinching devotee, because we, when we, like it's a contagious disease. Prabhupada says, when someone have disease like now COVID, so COVID disease is there, then it is easily spread to others. So similarly, when we associate with the pure devotees, so their pure devotion will also, some of them will reflect in us. Right, so that's why we should always do not miss the association of pure devotees. So always we try to render service to them. So that's the way we can able to approach the Lord. So if we try to approach the Lord in directly, that we think, oh, I have a lot of knowledge, I have so much spiritual knowledge, then I don't need a guru. So if we think that, then it is not possible. And also we should follow the instruction, like how we can follow, serve our spiritual master or Srila Prabhupada. It's not that we always say, oh, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that is always good. We are glorifying Prabhupada, but more than saying Jai Srila Prabhupada, if we follow his instruction, that is a way that we can please Srila Prabhupada more than just say Jai Srila Prabhupada. Every week we go to the temple, we say Jai Srila Prabhupada, and we have nice kirtan, we have nice prasadam, and we go home, and then we do regular thing, whatever we are doing. So that is not going to please Srila Prabhupada. How much we are taking effort to what Srila Prabhupada was trying to do, right? What our spiritual masters are trying to do, how much I am trying to help in their hands as an instrument. So that's how we can able to come to that, or I can able to please the Lord. So, and just finally to conclude this verse, that so the main thing is we have to approach the pure devotee. We should always have the association of pure devotee. So then we can also develop that unflinching character in the devotional service. So if we take shelter under the pure devotee, so then we can able to come out of all these anarthas of ego, looking for honor. So all these things we can able to come out, and we develop that attitude of gratitude, right? So when we develop that gratitude, definitely everyone can do so much, right? So if every devotee start thinking that what I am doing for Prabhupada, what I am doing for my guru, how much they are doing, like in that, like what percentage I'm trying to do. If we, because we should not be selfish, right? So Prabhupada always says that if someone is not a devotee, we always say, oh, they are not a devotee, we should not associate. So yes, we should not associate with the non-devotees, but they are not a devotees, like Prabhupada says, it is because of you. They are not a devotees, it is because of you. Because you did not give the Krishna conscious that what you get. Right? So we got this Krishna conscious life and we are very happily living. So how much effort that we are taking to give this life of happiest life to everyone, right? So that is our responsibility. So if every devotee starts thinking that how much gratitude I should be for my guru and Prabhupada and how much I have to render service to them, so then the whole world can become full Krishna consciousness. So with this, I conclude. So with the prayer to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj today, so I can become a proper instrument in their hands, so I can render some service as an offering in my life. Thank you so much. Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please forgive me if any mistakes. Any questions or any comments?
Hare Krishna, Shyamalagopika Mataji. Please accept my obeisances. Thank you so much. Today is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja. So your class was very much in the mood of Guru Maharaj. I really appreciate the points you made about depending on the mercy of the pure devotee, and whatever success we get in Krishna consciousness is by the mercy of the spiritual master and the Guru Parampara. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasado, yasya aprasadad nagati kutopi. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, Dronacharya Prabhu. See your hands.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
What a
Krishna.
wonderful class. Thank you so much for being here today with us. One point you were talking about the when we take darshan of the Lord and we see the Lord, you know, this feeling like I want to be first. I want to go. You know, I want to be first. I like that very much, and I thank you so much for bringing that up, because the consciousness, we always have to be focused on our consciousness. Is this kind of me first, you know, what about me? If we just put that aside, we can see that there's so many blessings, so much mercy that's there, and we're the ones that are actually blocking it. But it made me think of two circumstances I was reflecting on when you said that. So my first time I went to Vrindavan, I was shocked because they opened the doors and everybody just came rushing forward, and I was getting elbowed in the ribs and pushed to the side, and I thought, oh my gosh, what is happening? And even these like little old ladies that were like half my height, they were just going in there like pushing and almost like punching their way through to get up. And I thought, you know, this is really kind of like too much. Like, this is a little rude. You know, we're supposed to be gentle. We're supposed to be humble. And when the local devotees said, no, this is their eagerness to go, like they're different level, you know. So that was one thing, and maybe maybe you can comment on that. But the other thing, real quick, is I remember when we were taught when we were doing the greeting the deities in the morning. This is in line with what you were saying as far as, you know, being in back of a pure devotee. They should always let seniors go first. Like the senior devotee should be the first one, and then, you know, you should be in back of them. So this idea to rush forward, that, you know, in greeting the deities. And you should always invite the seniors to come forward, you know, that they go first, and just developing that mood, that spiritual etiquette would be very helpful for us. Thank you for bringing that up. If you could maybe comment on maybe some of that the other dimension of it, where you do see some people have this kind of spiritual greed or eagerness. Is that right? Is it wrong? Is it, you know, appropriate? What do you think?
Yeah, it depends on different various levels of devotees. So it all depends on how much. It's all what I will say. Like, it's same thing like how Prabhupada said it, because they don't know. If they know that, then they will not do it. So it is our responsibility that we can cultivate that nature, the humility. This is what it is. Like, we should, of course, like, greed in spiritual life is always good, that I want to get more service, or I want to be the first in serving this, or I want to see the Lord first. So that is always good. But because we don't have that quality, so we should understand our incapability. So we have to render service, but we are incapable to render service directly. So when we understand that I'm not capable, then we can always approach the devotees who are pure devotees. So then we can take shelter of them. Then we can able to cultivate that mood. So definitely when we have to cultivate. So in the devotee circle, so that's the reason, like, we come together, we study together. So in that way we cultivate the mood. What is the right mood? What is the right consciousness? Like, as you brought up, like, consciousness, like, that's why our movement is named as Krishna consciousness. So our consciousness, so we have to develop in a right mood and right attitude, which is right or wrong. So that we have to develop, so that we can attain only by the devotee association, by when we hear Krishna Katha. So when we hear often, then we can develop that attitude and mood. So otherwise, like, initial stages, like, we always, even not initial stages, like, even now also we are so greedy to see the Lord first. Oh, first, like, Lord have to see me, so that, like, all blessings can come to me. But yeah, of course, like, we need to cultivate this knowledge. So then we understand what is the right mood and attitude. So yeah, that's my understanding. Not sure if it helps.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. Yes, Vindhyavali Mataji. Mataji, you're in mute. Yeah.
See, that was very good, the way Drona Prabhu was saying also. The seniors, they should go ahead of that. And you should help them. I saw one lady yesterday in the temple. She was very short, an old lady. She cannot even see the tall people are in front of her. She cannot see the deities. She wanted to see. So I just made her to go ahead, because if she's senior or whatever, she's very short and she's old lady. So that way we should help. But that reminds me, Tirupati. In India, Tirupati, there are crores and crores of people have come there. And it's not possible for everybody to have darshan also. They stay in their compartments, they arrange, they try to discipline, they try to do something. But still, it is very hard. And now they opened some front side for seniors, shortcut way, not going in the lines or anything like that. Even then it is becoming hard. So, like you said, I want to see the deity first, as soon as they open the curtain, I have to see. But that is the way that people tendency is that, and they have to change it. And how many people we can change? And God is equal for everybody. That if we know, that will help a lot. But it is hard. And then if they give seniors also preference also, it's not helping that much. So that is the way, everybody. But we should try to do, as devotees, we should try to help them.
Yeah. That for the people who are short, like just I see in the Tirupati only, like they always have that mirror in front of the Lord, so that like it's not that we just go stand in front only we can see, but when we go itself we can take darshan of the Lord in the mirror. Yeah. So similar kind of way, like the Lord reciprocates in any way. Like we just have that desire to see the Lord, like He will arrange. That's so we just have to depend on Him for that mercy. So yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Just one more note on that.
Yes.
I was thinking about the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri.
Yeah.
When that old lady was so eager, she got on top of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's shoulders to take darshan of Jagannath. So yeah. What was the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? His bodyguards, so both were right. What the bodyguards were doing, that was also correct. They got upset with her. You get down. You're standing on Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu's, what was his mood? Oh, she's so eager to see Jagannath. Why you're disturbing her? Right? So we can get a lesson from this for ourselves and also for those who are in the position of management and leadership. Certainly we should train the devotees to, respect the seniors, give them the first, privilege to take darshan of the deities. But at the same time, for ourselves, even if the person is senior, for ourselves, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is saying, why are you disturbing her eagerness? So for ourselves, we should always, and I think you covered that point when you said the consciousness. We will always try to stay back and let others go forward and be considerate of others. Like Vindhyavali Mataji said, someone is short and who's old, who's not able to take darshan. Small children, they are not able to take darshan. So we can help them by lifting them or something. So the point is about not putting ourselves in the front, allowing others to go. And actually, that is the way Krishna is actually taking note of us. How much we are pushing others and trying to go in the front. That's not what Krishna's bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna is looking at your bhava. If you're trying to push others forward to Krishna, then you're noticed by Krishna. You may or may not be noticed by others, or you may or may not get darshan of the Lord. Within our movement, we have example of Jayananda Prabhu. He was hardly ever seen in the temple, in the programs. When Prabhupada was there, he was always in the background working. But Prabhupada was always thinking about him. where is Jayananda? Where is Jayananda? And when he shows up, Prabhupada becomes so happy to see him. So work in such a way that Krishna wants to see you. Don't be so eager to go and see Krishna. Of course, that doesn't mean no, oh, so I don't have to. So nobody's there in the temple when the curtains open because everyone is busy elsewhere. That's also not good. So yes, the eagerness should be there, but at the same time, we have to be considerate about sending others forward to Krishna. And then when there is empty space available, certainly we'll take advantage of it. We'll go and take darshan of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautiful point.
Thank you, Mataji, for a wonderful session. It's really amazing. So Nectarian, very well, you said all the points. It's notable, all the points, especially the limbs of the bhakti and the Saranagati. You told 6 limbs of the bhakti and the Sarana, 6 Saranagati. That was very, really wonderful. And also for the gratitude. So gratitude is the really key things. In the temple, one of the senior devotee, told like, yeah, so that is the Gita, the main, he gave the niveta to the full form of the Gita, like gratitude is the attitude. So if we develop, gratitude in our attitude, so that will be, so wonderful. So apart from that, one thing I wanted to, like mention also, like many of the time, like we think like that antakale chamame was smarna muktva kalevaram. So at the end of the life only, if we remember Krishna, we'll go back to Krishna. We'll go back to Krishna. So I had the same conception, but I got clarified by one very senior devotee. It's not exactly like that only. If we are stuck to that, so we will be kind of thinking like, if we not get, then what will? So again, we will have to be in this pool, material pool only. So it's not really, because Krishna says in the same Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam yom aveti tatvatha tyaktva deham punarjanma meti mameti sarvim. So he really wonderfully explained that one, saying that as Krishna says, Antakale chamame va smarna muktva kalevaram. So same way Krishna says, Jan karma cha me divyam. To know my janma and karma, so daily Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya and studying the scriptures, serving the Guru Gauranga and everyone. So we are glorifying the Krishna. So in that way, Krishna gets praise and called to his abode. So there is a reference as well in the other way, like in Baraha Purana also, Krishna said, Lord Baraha says there, Yadi Badante Dosena, so Mam Bhakta Mancha Asman Anusmaret. So if there is the difficulty in the body and all, suppose somebody is getting, he's a pure devotee getting heart attack or getting crashed in the car crash. So whether he's remembering on that time or not, but Krishna said that I come on that time and I make you remember me and I bring you back to my abode. I just wanted to mention Mataji. So it was really wonderful session. So very, very thank you so very much for your good class. Hare Krishna. So
Thank you so much.
I think we don't see any hand raise or any question. If we have any anything from the devotees. So Dhanacharya Prabhu, you have any announcement, please?
Just that today is the Ekadasi. So today we fast from beans and grains. A reminder to all the devotees out there. And Shyamalagopika Mataji, again, thank you so much for spending this day. All glories to your service, and all glories to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on this auspicious day of his appearance in this world.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Please kindly, I beg blessings from everyone, so I become an instrument in their hands, so I can render service in the right attitude.
Shaman, for those that are out there, I just wanted to mention really quickly that Shyamalagopika, she's taken on some service to help develop a new temple. It's in Richmond, Virginia, correct? Or is it outside of Virginia? It's around Richmond, Virginia. And whenever you start a project like that, there's always so many challenges that are there. Financial challenges, legal challenges, all these different, various headaches. On top of that, you have to worry about the preaching, and you have to worry about, your own spiritual life. So we ask all the devotees to help, to please bless her, that she can just be a wonderful instrument and successful in her service to Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. She started from Philadelphia here. We were here in Philadelphia for several years, and it's just great to see you kind of moving there and expanding Srila Prabhupada's mission. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
We'll end the session. Vancha kalptaru vyasya
Kripa sindhu Vaishnavevyo namo namaha.
Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki